Hey everyone, Happy New Year and welcome back to one of my evenings. Today I'll be taking you through my evening routine and sharing 10 rituals that help me to de-stress and wind down at the end of the day. For me, evenings are a time of rest. It's a time where I can reflect on the day that has been, prepare myself for the day ahead, and allow my body and mind to slow down so that I can get a better night's sleep. A couple of months ago, I shared a video featuring 10 healthy morning habits, which I will leave linked down below. And I know many of you were interested in seeing some healthy evening habits, so here they are. Whilst our mornings are so important in setting the tone for the rest of the day, they are naturally a flow-on from the night before. How we spend our evenings can determine how well rested and productive we are the next day. Life can be busy and hectic, and if you're anything like me, trying to switch off after a stressful day can be a real struggle sometimes. So here are 10 ways in which I like to slow down, clear my mind, and just end my day on a calm and restful note. The first habit that has been really helpful is to have an alarm set for when it's time to start winding down. A wind down alarm helps remind me that it is time to get into bedtime mode, and it's also a great way of making sure I've given myself enough time to properly get ready for bed and for the next day. Tidying up after a tiring day is never enjoyable at the time, but it's definitely something I tend to appreciate the most the next morning. Waking up to a tidy space makes my mornings so much better, but having said that, we definitely don't want to be spending our entire evenings cleaning either. So I like to set a 20-minute timer and do what I call a speed clean, where I challenge myself to get as much cleaning done within that time without any distractions. I usually like to start in the kitchen, which for us tends to get the messiest, especially when we've been cooking, and then if I've got any time to spare, I will move on to the main living areas. That way I can feel better knowing that my space is somewhat organized for the next day without having to be perfect, and also without having to spend way too much time doing it. Getting organized for the next day is a perfect way to hit the ground running when we wake up. One thing that I like to do is write out a to-do list for the next day. Taking the time to actually write things down helps to clear my mind, so I don't have to waste as much mental energy trying to remember everything, as it's all written down and ready for me when I wake up the next morning. I usually exercise in the mornings, so I also like to lay out my workout clothes on my dresser the night before, so that when I get out of bed in the morning, I can change into them straight away without any excuses. Also, meal prepping and having the next day's lunches and any snacks packed and ready to go is a perfect way to ensure that we don't have to buy food when we're out, which can save time, money, and is usually a lot healthier as well. A calm space equals a calm mind, and if we are going to be properly winding down before bed, then why not take some time to set the mood and create some zen around us? For me, this usually involves dimming the lights, maybe lighting a couple of candles here and there to create a cozy ambience, and I personally love diffusing some soothing essential oils. I find that essential oils can do so much when it comes to my mood and how I feel, and in the evenings I love to opt for oils like lavender and ylang-ylang, which have a lot of calming properties. The key with essential oils is to try and find a blend that is 100% natural and doesn't contain any synthetic fragrances, as this is a lot better for your health. And of course, if you have any pets or any health conditions, then just make sure you do your own research before using these. One of my all-time favorite ways to relax in the evenings is to have a nice long bath or shower. Most evenings I'll usually opt for a warm shower, but I love having a bath once or twice a week, depending on how much time I have, especially if I've been working out a lot more. I love adding Epsom salts into my bath, as the magnesium really does wonders when it comes to relieving muscle soreness following a workout, and occasionally I will have some fun and add some bubbles in there as well. That feeling of warm water on our bodies can be so comforting, and aside from making us feel fresh, warm, and cozy before we get into bed, there is also some science behind it. Following a bath or shower, our core body temperature gradually drops, which aids our circadian rhythm and signals to our body that it is time to go to sleep. For me, no evening is complete without a deliciously warm and comforting drink. I love to brew myself a cup of tea or milk in the evenings that is infused with a bunch of lovely sleep-promoting herbs like lavender, lemon balm, and chamomile. There are so many different herbal tea and sleep blends that you can find at your local health food stores nowadays, but I just find that a warm drink in general can really help to calm any anxiety, and it just helps me to de-stress before I go to sleep. Another great way to wind down and practice some self-love at the end of the day is to have some kind of skincare routine, and of course brushing and flossing our teeth. These things are so important for maintaining overall hygiene, and I always find that going to bed feeling clean and fresh always helps me to doze off a lot better. I've been journaling for so many years now, and I still can't think of a better way to free my mind of any worries and thoughts than by simply just putting pen to paper. Journaling is such a great way in which we can reflect on our day and practice mindfulness, and if there's something bothering us or if we're feeling emotional, often writing it out can really help us to organize our thoughts and give us some mental clarity. All in all, journaling is just a great way to relax and de-stress before bed. This one can definitely be a challenge, but trying to shut off our screens at least 30 minutes, if not more, before bed can be so beneficial. Many of our devices emit a certain type of light known as blue light, and this can hinder the production of melatonin in our brain, and this is a hormone that regulates the onset of sleep. Also, the information that we might see or read in text messages, emails, or on social media before bed can often be unpredictable, and if we see or read something that we don't like or it stimulates our minds negatively, then this can make us feel restless or worried, and it just makes it a lot harder for us to put our minds at ease. So just trying to avoid these activities at least 30 minutes, if not more, before bed is a great way to ensure we keep our minds clear, and it helps us to drift off to sleep a lot easier. And finally, when I jump into bed, I like to spend some time reading a book. I have been rereading some old classics lately, and I've been really enjoying those. Reading is just a great way to de-stress and calm the mind, and it's just a great way to relax before bed. And those are 10 healthy habits for a calm and restful evening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.